Hello, so it's fall break and I thought I would just make this video for you guys. So I decided that I would make a video that is like 10 things to do over break or like maybe on the weekend if you have the time. Okay, so let's get into the video. So the first thing on the list is, I know everybody's gonna like this, sleep in. For me, I know it's a common teenager thing, but I know for me, I have trouble sleeping. And I need that sleep. So, I like to sleep in. Another thing you can do, ugh, I hate doing it, but catch up on your studies. You know, if it's like, it's fall break, I've got some homework they need to be doing, and I'm gonna start that soon actually. What you can do is just study. Do your homework. Study, like, basically, I mean, like, we all know that studying is good. It's good for tests and stuff. Well, then use some of that time to study. Okay, so another one is catch up on TV shows and watch new movies. So, for example, let's say you started watching, Stranger Things. Then, you just kind of stopped watching it. You were way too busy. Then use your break time to watch that. But if that's maybe not your favorite show, then catch up on another show that you'll like even better. Or watch movies that you haven't watched before. Trust me, it's fun. I mean, I like to do it. I think it's a good, it uses up your time, but it's worth it. Okay, another thing I have on my list is redecorate your room. Now, remember, redecorating your room doesn't have to mean getting a new bed set with like a new comforter and everything. Redecorating your room could be as simple as adding a shelf in your room and putting things on it. Or if you have a shelf like me, like replacing the things on that shelf. Maybe putting up a few more posters or pictures on the wall. It can be little things like that, but just, you can do that just to spruce up your room and give it new life. Trust me, if you just move like a chair, put a few more pictures on the wall, put a few more things on your shelf, maybe add a fake candle or two, or real if you're allowed to use those, then that will totally spruce up your room and make it feel completely new. Trust me, I've done it many times before. Okay, so another thing on the list, this kind of goes along with redecorating your room. Clean your room. I know, us teenagers, we all hate it, but, I mean, we gotta do it at some point. And if you've got free time, and if you're bored and you just have nothing to do, clean your room. Get it done. And then you can relax and enjoy your nice, clean room. Because you can't really, when your room's messy, it's hard to explain, but when you have a messy room, you can't really do much in that room. It's so messy, it's hard to even walk around sometimes. If you clean your room, then you could just relax in your room and you'll have the space to just lay out on the floor and something. Okay, so another thing is you can listen to music. Obviously, listening to music's a great pastime, and you can do it while cleaning your room to make it more fun. But I don't know, for me, I love listening to music. I can't go a day without listening to music. I play music to sleep to. I literally will sleep to a post-hardcore song. I've slept to Dead Poetic before. That's just something I do. So, you can listen to music. Another thing on my list is try new music. So, let's say, for example, you like the emo genre, or emo, post-hardcore, stuff like that, and you've heard, let's say, 6 bands in that genre, and that's practically all you listen to. Well, find new music within that genre. You can even branch out to completely different genres. Like, if you like pop music, for example, try listening to maybe more pop punk. But if for me, I like to listen to music on the alternative scale. So just try to listen to different genres within the alternative scale. One of the things I did once is I was like, oh, I like some emo bands or whatever. I want to listen to a lot more emo bands from the early 2000s. Some of the big, main, most well-known emo bands from the early 2000s. So what I did is I made a list. So basically what I did is I found like a list of, emo bands that you loved in your high school years or something like that. And then what I did is I wrote down, like, I don't know, let's see, how many did I write down? I wrote down 6 different bands. And what I did was I listened to 2 songs from each of those bands. I made sure I listened to each of the songs for roughly a minute, unless I, like, really hate the song. Because if I really hate the song, then I try and go, like, 30 seconds in. But usually I try and go a minute into the song, and if I like that song, I try and listen to 2 songs by them to see if I like them, or if I just like one song by them. Or if I don't like one song, then I still listen to another one to see if I just don't like that one song, or if I don't like the band. And then it would rate it from like 1 to 10. And then so, like, one of the songs, for example, I rated a 5.5. So, just rate it like that, and trust me, you'll find some really good bands. If you want, like, a recommendation list, I have a YouTube video on that, so you should watch that. Okay, so another thing on my list is go through, this, like, has to do with cleaning your room as well. Go through your closet and shuffle through all your clothes and find clothes that you don't want anymore. Because it's always good to donate clothes, like Goodwill or whatever, and you might find clothes that don't fit you, or like they don't fit you and you don't want to use the fabric for anything, or you find clothes that you just don't like anymore. You can also do this with anything, if you're like me and you have boxes of miscellaneous stuff because for some reason you can't get rid of it. Go through those boxes every once in a while. Trust me, you'll find something, at least one thing, that you're just like, ew, why do I have this? And you won't want it anymore. Okay, so another thing on the list is just go take a walk. For me, I like to go to the park. I mean, technically I'm still a kid, so it makes sense why I like to go to the park and go on the swings. But I like to just walk to the park and have a nice time, just listen to music, just be alone. Get away from everybody. Just have some personal time. And so I think, if you want to just clear your head, just want to relax, get away from stressing people, maybe it's the weekend and you just had a rough week, take a walk. It's relaxing. Play your favorite music. Let's say you have a fall playlist and it's fall time. Listen to that. Just relax and have a good time. Okay, so the last thing on the list is do a hobby you don't always have time for. So, like, for example, I like to do something called felting. If you don't know what it is, it's where you take, like, wool and then you, like, take this needle and you jab it. You put the wool on like, a piece of foam, and you take the little felting needle and you jab the wool and you shape it into something. So, it's a way to create, it's basically art, and I like it. I find it fun. I don't do it all that often, but it is a nice thing to do. So, for example, you like to felt, but you don't really have time. Well, spend your time. Just spend, let's say, an hour out of your day just to felt, just to do that hobby, just take some time to do whatever it is that you like to do, whatever is your hobby that you don't seem to do often. Okay, well, that was the video, guys.